Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing the new Natasha Denona Mini Metropolis palette. This is her holiday exclusive. I picked this up to do a review for you guys and give you guys my thoughts. We'll do some swatches and comparisons, apply it on the eyes, and then go into my final thoughts. If you're new here, hi, my name is Naz. I hope that you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. Without further ado, let's get started. So this just launched last week. This is the Natasha Denona Mini Metropolis palette. There wasn't a lot of preview on it. It kind of all of a sudden dropped. I saw it on Instagram and then I picked it up on Sephora. It was available right away last week. And I picked this up thinking that the shades were all new, and I of course did not read the description, and I later found out that some of the shades in here are actually repeating from Metropolis bigger palette that she launched in holidays, I believe about 2 years ago now. So I think that this is somewhat of an interesting launch because she usually launches her small palettes first of a certain theme, and then usually the bigger palette follows. But for this one, it was the opposite. She first had her big Metropolis palette launched about 2 years ago during the holidays, and then 2 years later, here we are with the mini version. So that was kind of a surprise for me, but let's go ahead and take a look at this. Here's what the packaging looks like. Usually you just get her mini eyeshadow palette for $25. But now you also get this little brush that's bundled up, and it is still $25 at Sephora. And I kind of like that, even though I have enough brushes, but I think it's still nice that she gives you that if you are doing makeup on the go, and you can just put that in your purse. It does seem to be very small, so let's take a look at inside the packaging. So here is what the palette looks like. Again, it is very sleek Natasha Denona mini eyeshadow palette. Same packaging that she does, which I think is very nice and very sleek. Here we are with the beautiful 5 shades in this palette. And then her little brush feels very soft. I don't have any Natasha Denona brushes, so I don't have a lot of experience with her brushes, but this does seem to be good quality. And I feel like this would be perfect for the crease, and you can kind of make it a multi-use type of on-the-go brush and put it in your purse and do your eyeshadow wherever you might be. Let's take a look here. You have 5 shades. Again, this is the mini version, so your pan sizes are going to be small. And then the shades in here are Lace, we have Rope, and then we have Jubilee, we have Bowl, then we have Corrode. Let's go ahead and do some swatches. This blue shade right here is definitely going to be the star of the show here. Rest of the shades are nothing out of the ordinary, in my opinion, that you can really find in all of your other palettes. That green shade is definitely going to be star here. So let's go ahead and swatch. I'm going to start here. All right, so here are all the swatches, and everything swatched beautifully. As always with Natasha Denona formula, they're all very creamy. That's just all what I would expect from her formula. So I also have her bigger Metropolis palette here. I wanted to go ahead and take a look at this palette and the shades, and we'll swatch some of those as well and see what the similarities are. Here is what the big Metropolis palette looks like. It really is a beautiful palette. I mean, just looking at it, you have so many different looks you can create with this one. I love the greens here. I love that pop of blue, and you got your neutrals, your browns. You really have all you need in this palette to create a lot of beautiful looks. So right out of the gate, I see that this shade right here is definitely the green that is in the mini palette. And I believe she didn't even change the names of these. So this one again is called Jubilee, and then you have your Rope shade, and then you have your Blaze shade. So right here, this one, and this one. Even the locations are very much next to each other. So she's really not hiding or trying to trick anybody here. But let's do some of the swatches here and compare it with the mini palette. All right, so I just wanted to put them right over here. So this is from the Metropolis bigger palette, and then this is the mini right here. So as you see, this Blaze, Rope, and Jubilee, they're literally the same. There's nothing crazy there. They swatch the same, and they really do look about the same. There's nothing different there in terms of the shade or the formula. So now these two shades are the new shades, which aren't in the bigger Metropolis palette. Again, you still have your browns, and maybe you're just missing that bone shade, that light bone shade right there on the bottom. I don't know that that's really a necessity here. So if you have the Metropolis palette, you wouldn't necessarily pick this up just for these two shades because they aren't out of the ordinary, and I'm sure you have it in your collection somewhere. So if you have the bigger palette, do you necessarily need the smaller one? I don't think you do, but if your Metropolis palette is getting old or you have used up a lot of the shades in it, especially these ones, and you just want to pick up the new one, or you do your makeup on the go a lot and you really love these shades, then certainly pick it up. Or if you are a huge Natasha Denona fan and you collect all her minis like I do, then why not? So let's go ahead and apply this on the eyes. And I'm actually going to apply this mini on this side of my face, and then I want to apply the Metropolis bigger palette on this other side of my face just to make some comparisons. So I'm going in with this big fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to take the shade Cold Rope. I'm going to put that right in the crease here. And it is blending very beautifully, just like the other Natasha Denona formulas. Nothing crazy here. That is a nice crease color for my skin tone. And I actually want to go ahead and use her brush as well. I am going to take this light bone shade right here, and I want to put that right here. That is a nice brush. The bristles on this feel really nice and soft, and it's easy to work with, so I like that. And just taking some more, and I'm gonna put that right here, just to brighten up and lift the eyebrow a little bit. I'm going to go into this brown right here, going to put that, almost creating little V on the outer corner of the eye. Right, now I'm going to go ahead into this green shade. I'm just taking it on my ring finger. I'm going to place it, going to put it all over the eyelid, focusing it more on the outer portion. And just want to blend it out a little bit. Now I want to use her brush and go into this shade Blaze right here. That in the inner corner. And then I do want to blend it into the green a little bit. Take a little bit more and deepen this outer portion. Just focus it on the outer corner. I'm going to take this shade right here. Then take a little bit of the darker shade as well, that darker brown on the outer bottom lid. Okay, so that's that eye right there. And now I'm going to go ahead and use her bigger Metropolis palette on this side, and then we'll compare how this looks. All right, again, so going into this rope shade right here, it is literally the same shade that was on the mini, and I'm just taking it on a clean crease brush right here. I'm just going to place that on the crease. And then I am going to use this brown shade here as more of the outer corner shade because I don't have that dark brown in this palette. So we'll see if we can make it look the same or similar with using just this palette. And I am going to use this brush right here, grab a little bit of that brown. And going to go ahead and grab this green Jubilee shade, which is also in the mini palette, and going to pop that and just blend it out. Going in with the Blaze shade right here, and I'm just going to place that right here. Going to take a rope again to go on the bottom lip. And then a little bit of that brown. So that side is using the bigger Metropolis palette, and this side is with the mini palette to throw on some mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So again, this side of the face using the bigger Metropolis palette, and then this side using the mini palette. I kind of want you guys to make the decision before I go ahead and tell you guys my final thoughts, because I want you guys to take a look at both sides and see how similar they are. And if you have this bigger palette, I want you guys to decide whether you want this mini palette, because I think both the looks here came out to be very similar. And I don't know how they look on camera, but in real life here, I'm looking at the mirror, I really can't tell which one is mini with the light bone shade here and the darker brown versus brown I used from the Metropolis palette and without this light bone shade. Because quite honest with you, this light bone shade did not do much to me. It does not really show up on my skin, so I almost feel like this shade is kind of a waste for me. It might show up on different skin tones, but for me it just did not work. So I think you guys know what my final thoughts are. This is a great quality mini palette. It does not disappoint. It's Natasha Denona, although I do feel like this bone shade, I would have preferred it to be a different shade, maybe even a lighter shimmer shade, just something that would show up on my skin tone a little bit more. I really do think that if you have the bigger palette, you really don't need this unless you're running out of your shades or you want something to go. I just think that this is a bit redundant. I wish that she would have launched something that was more new for us for the holidays. I do feel like it is just a bit lazy in my opinion, but I can see that for those of you that wanted to pick this up but couldn't because of the price tag, and you do enjoy this color story, then I think it's a great option for you to pick up the mini, because not everybody is going to want to spend, I don't remember how much this was, it was probably 100 something on this big palette. The mini might be more appealing in that case. So I do see that perspective too, and I do appreciate that she's trying to appeal to a larger crowd and not just us, you know, makeup junkies are willing to spend more money on these bigger palettes. And thank you for hanging out with me today. If you're not subscribed already, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps my channel a lot, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!